All right, real quick video. This is for Jerry more than anything. I wanted to show him. I was talking about it last night. So this kit is actually a few years older now. I can show you real quick. It's the Zvezda yak-130. It's a light attack aircraft. First kit I've ever done from Zvezda. But anyways, I was telling him how some of the assemblies go together and such, and how this kit's fitting it. And yeah, it's just incredible. So like here, I was surprised. There's actually one longer piece here that is fit into the sidewall. And there's control sticks added to that then, and it like creates this nice lip here for the like the canopy and stuff to sit on. But then what would even surprise me even more, you can see the landing gear bay. I can't paint the cockpit yet because I'm waiting on a Sprue Brother order for some colors. But no, wait. All right, I gotta pull this away for a second so that I can line up the locating pin. So yeah, like I said, it fits in there real good. There's like virtually no gap that I'll have to clean up once I actually glue it. I mean, you can see there I've got it taped. But then the next thing was the way. So here's like the internal structure for like the actual jets themselves, and they were made up of like an inner and an or an inner and then like an outer inner part. And so right here sits the actual like the nozzle for the intake side of it, and it kind of all sandwiches together. And then the main landing gear bays, I still got to do some gluing there, actually builds off the bottom of that. And as you can see, it's still loose, but those will glue together. I just don't want to do it yet because it needs to line up. But yeah, it all come together pretty well. And then there's actually these flaps for the FOD doors that fit on. They're actually like spring loaded, and you can, as you can see, I pushed them open and just put a big old scratch in the paint on that one. Oh well. But they actually open. So this is not the top surface. The actual top surface is right here. It's just like a forward upper part. And as you can see, there's like these bypass doors for when the jets first started on the ground, so you don't suck up FOD and whatnot. So those doors would open and then comes through there. The variant I'm building, these aren't open, but you can build it with these open. Anyways, so then this fits onto here, and the doors sit down just ever so slightly, like it's almost a flush fit. But then you flip it over to the bottom, and the leading edge extension like fits perfectly in there once you add glue to that. I don't know how well that's coming across. And then to that, there's actually these back halves that, again, and as you see, it like blends in so good with the back end of that wing root. And then, of course, again, it's not lining up perfectly at the moment. But then, probably easier to do it this way. That fits together, and as you see, it'll result in no seam when it's glued. And then as a result, that also forms the outer edge of the intake to then, when you put this back over it, again, it's not going to be perfect right now because just basically like brings that whole corner together in a very tight fit. and it just looks so good. And then you bring up the cockpit, and this one's a little more finicky to get in like this. Probably be better actually to take off that and just have this. So then you slide the cockpit itself home. It's not going to cooperate. Their engineering, there we go, is so tight that now as you see, that leading edge extension fits very snug around the canopy and blends right into towards going to the front of the fuselage. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show. I mean, it's going to be a really cool model when it's done based on what I've gotten so far. But that's all I wanted to show you. Have a good one.